Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Film Buds podcast. This is episode number 76, and my name is Henry. And like we said on the last show, Chloe is away in Poland right now, and so she's gonna, doing some different stuff there. So she'll hopefully be back next week. But joining us for the first time are two guests, two buddies of mine from our film days at UNC Greensboro, and that's Mr. Jacob Swafford. So Jacob, thanks for coming on, man.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, we've mentioned you a few times, off and on, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
great excitement.
Yep.
And then also with us is Mr. Sky Tilley.
Hey.
And then also we have a little an audience here.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought my girlfriend along, Jessica.
Yeah. So feel free to chime in whenever you like. All right.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Yeah. It's Sky. It's been maybe 2-3 years.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, been a little while. But I guess Jacob and I
see you all the time.
Yeah.
Well, more frequently.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I guess since y'all are first time on the show, do you want to say who are you? In other words, is what I'm asking.
Jacob, you start us off.
I don't know.
You seem very eager.
I'm still trying to figure this out.
Yeah. Who isn't?
Is this ever answered in life?
I don't know.
No. I just do some independent filmmaking. I think Henry plugged me last time.
I plugged you.
My film. Thanks. That was so nice. And I just do freelance work, and I'm also a barista. Oh, yeah. The starving artist life, which you know about.
Right on.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, went to film school with this bud.
Yeah.
Henry and Sky.
And Sky.
Yeah, but all three of us had same classes and everything, production classes and all that.
Oh, yeah. Made some films together. It was a good time.
Made some little student films.
Yeah.
The student film days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sky?
Yeah, so I am a journalist for a local television news network. And, just a cinephile like all of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
good
nerds.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
We make nerds look cool, you know? Like
Very.
We're like Revenge of the Nerds, the sequel.
Nerds.
No?
I'm an avid fan of the Star Wars prequels. More than the originals.
More than the originals.
Yeah.
We'll get into that
That's
later.
Are we going to
take.
get into Okay, yeah.
We'll get into that later. Yeah, save that one for later.
Number 2. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, has anything interesting been going on with y'all? Last,
Well, I've applied to 3 different grad schools, and
Nice.
I've been accepted to 2, and
No
I
way.
have a third just waiting and hoping, seeing what happens.
Sick.
Wilmington?
Wilmington doesn't open up until next year, and I
I was
don't want to really
debating
wait
that.
another year. I just
Yeah.
kind of want to start this off.
Which ones?
University of Miami
Oh, hell
and University Savannah College of Art and Design.
SCAD?
SCAD.
That's
Are you
awesome.
doing master's film production?
Yeah.
Wow,
No
man.
way.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
Congrats.
So I'm waiting on another one to see if I get accepted there, but those are the 2 that I've been accepted to so far.
That's
That's
awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you're pursuing filmmaking.
Yeah, I guess. I'm pursuing
off.
debt. That is what I'm pursuing.
Pursuing more debt. SCAD's what's that, like 60,000 a semester? or
I
something?
think it's
Probably.
50,000. However, if we have a SCAD
boy.
listener, you could try to knock that debt down. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could tell us.
All of our SCAD listeners, that niche.
That's right.
that very niche audience in
Niche.
Georgia.
They
Yeah.
may seek it out.
SCAD.
Yeah. You never know. Cool. Jacob, anything?
What was the question?
What you been doing?
Oh, just working on films a lot. I've been doing a lot of short films. I just did one, and I do some music videos. Recently, I have to be creative whenever I can. I've been doing a lot of photography. Oh, that's new. A lot of old cameras I bought, and I've been shooting
Nice.
35 millimeter stuff.
Cool.
And yeah, been getting super into that.
Yeah, well, Sky, you're a bit of a... You'd like to flash the camera.
I do.
Flash
yeah.
the cam. I've been using my Olympus OM1,
Okay.
shooting some portraits. I like to do
Nice.
portrait photography, so I love faces.
I hate faces.
Okay.
I hate people.
A lot of people like landscape.
Fair.
Well, I hate people, but I just like to take pictures of people's faces.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
pretty bad.
No, people intimidate me because then it's like you're doing something for someone, and if they don't like it, then you just wasted not only their time but yours.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is the thing, is I don't care if they don't like it, because I do like really experimental stuff that like their faces are like torn up, and like I do like weird.
They look like they have
Like you don't even know it's them, and I just don't care if they don't like it.
You're under.
I
the skinning
detach
it.
myself. I'm under the skinning it, which
Yeah.
we will.
You're glazing it.
I'm glazering it, and I'm like, if I do this, I tell them before. Actually, I'm like, if I do this, I'm gonna just do what I want.
Gotcha. Oh, that's good.
But usually they're still like, oh, okay. I try to get some solid shots that they can use or something, like
Right.
some normal ones. But
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
But they're mostly
'Cause
more
they're-
experimental for you.
I like to do that if
Yeah.
if I can fit it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
What about you, Henry? It's been a while. what are you up to nowadays?
Well, I'm also hoping to get into a program at Guilford Tech that's this entertainment music business program that would start in the fall, and so I have my advising tomorrow, and then registration opens up in April for that.
That's great.
And so, hopefully, crossing my fingers for that. But it's like
Yeah.
a 2-year comprehensive program about music, like audio stuff, that like this stuff, and then also the business side. And then otherwise, doing some freelance writing, some work at this local radio station right down the street.
That's great.
Yeah, maybe getting a part-time barista job down there just to help pay the bills. But
Yeah.
yeah, other than that, just doing my thing. Watching movies.
Watching those films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last film you watched, go. Last one. Oh, wait. It might have been Under the Skin.
Last one for me was last night. We watched, Jessica and I, we watched Hush.
Oh, how is that? I haven't seen it.
Flanagan's been killing it
Yeah.
recently.
Wait, Hush.
Well, he
You know,
did.
I think I know
Haunting
it.
of
Haunting of Hill House and Oculus, and I think his most recent film that's in production is Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
And for me, Hush, it's a great 15-minute short film that I don't think should have been a feature.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
There's a lot of
where they
those.
drag it out, and you're like, this would be good. It's at 10 minutes.
I think
or
it was an
whatever.
ambitious project for Flanagan, but I think his masterpiece as of right now is Haunting of Hill House. That's
Cool.
I can't say enough good stuff about that.
I will say I have not seen any of that yet.
I've
You
seen
need
like
to.
2 episodes, and I was like, eh. But I need to give it more than 2 episodes.
That's a very Jacob response.
Yes. If I'm getting bored,
I loved
I don't
every
do
minute
shows
of it.
well. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
fair.
I
You
will
need
say,
patience,
I
I guess.
it's hard for me to commit to shows now.
I'm a
I will
movie
agree
guy.
with that. Although there is a lot of great TV out there right now. So
True. I
too
need
much.
to watch True Detective 3
I haven't seen that yet either. Yeah.
because I love that show.
Yeah.
Oh, you watched it?
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
I thought the performances were fantastic.
Oh man, nothing crazy good though. Not season 1, right?
I don't think
that's
it's
my
season
jam.
one.
Yeah.
Season 1's my favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's good stuff.
But there are a lot of good critics out there that think that season 3 was the best season so far. But for me, it's still season 1.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it then. Oh
Not
yeah.
not season 2, Sky?
Didn't actually see it.
Oh,
I skipped
no.
it. People
You
said
should-
to skip it.
You should
so
give
I
it a
skipped
poke. Give it a poke.
Give it a poke, but stay at a distance.
Yeah.
Keep distance there.
Coming from the guy who loves the Star Wars prequels more than
Whoa.
Put them on in the background,
Jar Jar Binks, baby.
10 minutes in, putting you on blast.
All
Yeah.
the way. Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, cool. All right, well, should we jump into Under the Skin? Oh, I didn't even say the movies that we're going to be reviewing. So, so we're not going to be doing a new movie this week just because of, I guess, the special occasion, but we're going to be retro reviewing Jonathan Glazer's Under the Skin, and then also going to be reviewing John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982. So,
He's the only JC I need.
yeah. And so, yeah, well, on that note, I guess we can just jump into Under the Skin, and we have a clip for this one, so take a listen.
You're very quiet. So why do you shop at night then?
People want me up.
How?
They're ignorant.
What about your friends? So you don't have any friends?
No.
What about a girlfriend? How old are you?
I'm 26.
When was the last time you had a girlfriend?
Never had one.
So don't you get lonely then? You're very nice hands. You've beautiful hands.
Okay, so Under the Skin was released in 2013, is directed by Jonathan Glazer, and stars Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy McWilliams, Lindsay Taylor McKay. That's about it. A bunch of kind of non-actors in this movie. And it's also based off the novel by Michael Faber, which I just recently read.
How was that?
It's very good.
Is it?
It's a nice companion piece to the film. It's certain narrative things are different about it, but it's really good. Very
Gotcha.
good. Yeah. And the synopsis is: a mysterious young woman seduces lonely men in the evening hours in Scotland. However, events lead her to begin a process of self-discovery. So
let's not just jump over this. This movie had a budget of $13.3 million.
Huh.
I don't know where
Surprised
that
it's
money went
high.
to.
I was gonna say, I'm
Scarlett.
surprised it's that high.
Scarlett, man.
It all went to Scarlett. That's like her first
Makes sense.
her first nude role too, right? So like
Yeah.
they paid her all the money. Here's 13 million.
Yeah, well,
she was committed to the. I think
She
she
was.
really liked the project.
I mean,
or
it took like
something.
10 years to make, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like
So-
something that she was like all about.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it's a very ambitious project, but it
Oh,
did
yeah.
not look like a $13.3 million film.
No.
Some of the special effects maybe, but they're not that crazy. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I mean, well, we'll talk about that later. I was going to compare it to Annihilation.
Yeah.
You know, for me, this was like the precursor to what Annihilation is.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially the ending of Annihilation.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Oh man.
I love me some
I cried.
Annihilation.
Did I tell you? I cried in the theater
Oh, yeah?
out of like awe, like
Really?
not out of sadness. Yeah,
Just
I-
because it's so glorious.
the last like yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it, and I was like real hit, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I think Chloe did too. Yeah.
I
she
like
was-
literally like cried.
Yeah.
So then I was like, yeah, my guy, my man, who is that?
Alex Garland.
Alex
Alex
Garland.
Garland.
He's killing
Yeah.
it, man.
Ex Machina.
Did you hear that
About to
he
cry right
apparently
now.
he may have secretly directed Dread? Because he wrote the
I heard about
screenplay
that,
for
yeah.
Dread.
Oh,
but
I
it's
heard the controversy.
apparently, yeah, he may have secretly directed that.
Speaking of, I want a Dread 2 so
but,
bad.
oh, me too, man. Me too.
So bad.
Yeah, me too.
Probably will do that. I
Yeah.
don't see why they wouldn't.
But let's go back to Under the Skin.
So yeah, well, I think I don't know. Anybody can start us off here.
I mean, okay, so I saw it when it first came out, so it's 2013.
Yes.
Is that right? I haven't watched it since, so my memory does need to
a
be
little
jogged
foggy.
a little bit. But I remember hating this film the first time I watched it, and for me, I think it's a very experimental film,
Yes.
and it gets classified as a horror film. And for me, that's something that it still does not resonate well with me. It's almost like The Witch being classified as a horror film. I don't know what I would categorize it as, but I wouldn't categorize them as horror films.
Wait. So what do you categorize?
Yeah,
This is going to be a
I'm
whole
curious.
thing. What do you
This is the
categorize
thing.
The Witch as?
Almost kind of like a historical. It's a historical piece because that movie, if I'm not mistaken, was, it was composed of all of these different excerpts that was written throughout history, right?
Oh yeah, I think it was written. All the stuff that was in it was actually written,
Right.
or somewhere in some like journals or something.
So it's almost like a historical piece, but I honestly, maybe I'm just a horror snob, but for me, it just didn't scream horror.
I
to
think
me.
you're a bit of a horse now, but I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
Yeah, because like when you think, if you're like really into the genre, you know that there's like stuff that makes it a horror film.
I think
And Under the Skin is like
on a sound
beating
level,
around that
right,
a little bit.
music and sound effects, yeah, that screams horror to me. But like the idea of Under the Skin about, you know, this. Are we doing spoilers here?
Yes, yeah. Spoilers, since these are older films.
It's so
Yeah.
old.
You know, you have this alien who impersonates this woman, Scarlett Johansson, and she lures men into this kind of like a house and then puts them in water, and then they just get submerged and almost like she's eating them. I don't know what she was doing.
Yeah,
What's
well,
more horrifying
I'll
than
chime
that?
in. So in the novel, she lives at a farmhouse where she takes all these men, and then the ending or the process is a little more grim, but they are kept alive and fattened up, and then they're slowly used for meat.
Okay.
That's what I figured. Well, there's that one shot where they're like basically cutting.
Yeah, and then there's that scene of the red, like, kind of goo that's
what I
flooding
meant.
through. So I think that's essentially what it's
they're
alluding
harvesting humans.
Yeah.
Or that's like that kind of, I guess, what it was notioning
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Which sounds
Maybe.
terrifying.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you don't see that.
No.
So it's
Yeah, you see like the after the
Yeah.
discharge. That's still kind of gross.
to the discharge.
Kind of hit me. You see the human, you know.
You know,
Yeah.
anytime you say discharge, it just sounds gross.
You see
Yeah.
the shit go down the pile.
Okay. But Sky, continue on.
I mean, you know, it didn't do it for me. I think maybe I'll give it a rewatch because the idea behind it, you know, if I'm not mistaken, it was filmed guerrilla style with like hidden cameras and people that didn't realize that they were actors. So that is hilarious. For me, this movie is more of a comedy because you have Scarlett Johansson driving around Sweden, right? It was in Sweden.
Scotland.
Driving around in Scotland and picking up these guys who they think are going to be taken back to Scarlett Johansson's place. And then it's revealed to them, hey, this is a movie. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is funny. I think it's only like, yeah, they did that. I know a couple people, they did that. And then they're like, it's a movie. And then a couple of them are actually actors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like,
saw a
I think
couple
like
of them.
3 of them are actors.
Well, I know the guy.
but a lot of the like just driving around and like
Right.
there's just like, hey.
Hey.
And it's like, oh, hey,
Yeah.
Arjo.
Yeah.
Must have took him forever to get that footage, probably.
Yeah. Well, apparently, I think they said they had something like 200. It was either like 100 hours or 200 hours of footage that they then condensed into an hour 45-minute film.
So great editor.
Yes.
Very underappreciated editor. Very
Patient editor.
Yeah.
But I think the movie was very pretty, if I remember correctly, too. I think, you know, when she does take them back to the house, that is, I remember the shot. I remember thinking, wow, that's great lighting. You know, that's a great underscore that's happening. And, you know, that had a definite creepy vibe. But the movie itself, I was bored. I was really bored.
Okay. Cool.
Hot take. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Hot take.
Is that what you say?
Well,
Hot take?
Well, I'm sure plenty of people would agree with you. I know Chloe, our co-host, doesn't really like it either.
Oh,
Yeah.
my, oh man.
So it's pretty divisive, I would think.
you people.
Like if you look at the Amazon customer reviews, it's like 2.5 out of 5. So it's like either 5 stars or 1 star. So it's understandable.
There are things to like about it, and I understand, you know, like from like a film historian perspective, why there's a lot of merit to this film. But I think you'd have to be ready and know what you're about to watch.
You got to be in the mood.
Yeah.
Oh man. Speaking of that, I had no idea what I was getting into when I saw it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I saw it in theaters. Right.
I
when
did
did
too,
you see
yeah.
that? And I didn't even watch the trailer.
Ooh.
So I went into it was like no idea, and that was good though.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Well, Jacob, I know you and I are on the same level.
I was about
so.
to say, you want to go?
Sure.
'Cause
Well, I
we're
mean,
on the similar.
I've rewatched it many times. I did just rewatch it recently, and I absolutely love the movie. Like every time I watch it, it just gets better. And I think Scarlett Johansson's performance is very underrated. Like she just goes from this very kind of emotionless sociopath to being like utterly charming and flirtatious, and then she just gets these dead eyes immediately. And it's like
She
an
does
instant
that dead eye
click.
thing, yeah.
Yeah. And so I love her in it. I think that the idea of just seeing this our world through an alien or foreign eyes is just interesting, and all the observations of people, and I think there are just so many memorable sequences, especially with like the beach sequence. You know what I'm talking about?
my
Where
God,
she,
yeah.
where she kills the guy, and like leaving the baby on the beach and all that stuff is just so grim, but it's really
It's pretty-
effective.
It's
Yeah.
unsettling.
But I love all of the pickups she does and these just like incoherent Scottish accents that you encounter, and her trying to figure that out as well, like her being completely like, what are you saying kind of deal. I really like all of that. And I think it's, of course, she's killing people and victimizing them, but I think at times it's still very endearing, certain parts of her character. And I just like the ideas in the movie. I mean, the score is amazing.
Oh man.
And see, I would actually, see what you're saying, but I think I would say it's a horror film.
Yeah.
Because I think its intent is to unsettle you.
I think it's a sci-fi horror hybrid.
Yeah.
Like it's one of the. It's safe to say that.
Yeah. Wait, so
Sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
what would
talking
you?
about the thing after too? So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what would you
My-
classify Alien as?
Action horror.
Well, the first Alien is definitely a horror film.
Yes. So I almost see it like that, where it's with the sci-fi backdrop, but it's horror oriented.
It's a lot more exciting.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I think they're different films. I think this one is more of a. I mean, it's essentially just her driving around.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie's it's
Which-
very like avant-garde. Too.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, it's like all It's like you're in these other like worlds or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
I think it almost got lost in its own art house style, though. You know, like I'm going to keep referencing Annihilation because
That's
for
fine.
me, it's very similar. But where Annihilation definitely had an art house feel to it at times, it did appeal to the mass audience. Whereas this film, it was all art house.
Yeah.
And I feel like it very much got lost in that experimental art house style.
Mm-hmm.
And if it had have just used a little bit more appeal for the general audience, it would have been much better. At least for me.
Yeah. Well, Jacob.
I think. Hot take.
Hot take.
I think it's one of the best movies ever made. Probably.
Wow.
Well, it has a great
Yeah.
great review. A lot of
Yeah.
people agree with you.
Yeah.
I think it's like one of the best. I think it's one of the best for sure in the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
15
I mean,
years.
it's probably in my top 25 movies.
Yeah,
I
to
would
be
say.
honest.
Yeah.
Like it's not one that it's good that you brought Sky that you brought up that it's not the most entertaining. Well, I find it entertaining, but
I think
it's not one that I
yeah.
want to watch over and over. Like I love it, but it's not like I'm like, oh man, I want to. It's Under the Skin week. I've only seen it like
Lazy
2 or
Sunday,
3 times.
you know.
It's not one to rewatch. I would say.
So that's interesting then. So okay, does the desire to rewatch a movie, does that factor into your top 25 list if we're doing that? Because for me it does. If I can watch a movie multiple times, then it's like that's a great movie, that's a good movie that I enjoy. But if it's
See,
one that you've only watched 2 or 3 times, how does that constitute it being in your top 25?
I guess we just have different looks on it. Because like there's movies.
I mean, yeah, obviously, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Well, I mean, it's hard
Enough
to
said.
it's hard
Enough
to
said.
explain because it's just like there's movies that I'll watch like 100 times because it just has that replay value.
Yeah. That's
I
fair.
know it's more
Well,
like music.
Yeah, well, I'll
but
say this because like something like
some don't, but you really are like have a deep connection to it, which I did with.
I guess
Under
that's
the
my
Skin.
Requiem for a Dream in any Darren Aronofsky film.
yeah,
So yeah, like that's Under the Skin. Just one that I came out of the theater and I felt like physically like altered.
yeah. I was
I
like,
felt like I was like not human, and that's sort of what it's about.
Yeah.
The alienation and like looking at humanity.
Yeah.
like you said, from an outside perspective.
I mean, I'll say, I
and
mean,
just
in terms
alienation.
of like rewatching, I mean, I've rewatched it many times. I
I've
don't
probably
know.
seen it like 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't know. But not like.
But I mean, in
100.
terms of like a
The
top
Thing,
25,
100.
yeah.
Easily.
Like
That's
I'll
diff-
pop in Spider-Man any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
I'll pop in Toby.
We'll pop in Toby.
Yeah,
And get those.
But there's like a movie like Saving Private Ryan, which is in my top 10, which I've only seen a few times, but it's so powerful that I don't really ever want to. I mean, rarely want to, just because it is so grueling.
Yeah,
but
this
I
is something.
appreciate it so much
Yeah.
that it's there for me. Almost something like Schindler's List, or I don't know. I mean, there are some others, but I think this one is kind of like that. Like, I don't want to just pop it in any time, but every time I watch it, I'm like completely into it.
That's like me with another Holocaust movie, Son of Saul. I don't know if you saw
I haven't seen that yet. No,
But that movie I also think is one of the like best movies, but it's like a Holocaust movie.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to like
It's not an uplifting film.
No.
Oh, it's like oppressive. It's like
Yeah.
really intense.
Yeah.
You're just like in this thing. And that's kind of what Under the Skin is.
Yeah.
There's no fun moments, I don't think, in the film at all.
Well, let's talk about Jonathan Glazer here.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of that, he has his next film coming out next year. It's going to
shit.
be set in Auschwitz.
Oh my God.
So
Oh
it's gonna
my
be,
God.
It's not going to
Should be
be
a fun movie.
yeah, really
This
uplifting.
is going to be a top.
But go ahead, Sky.
But let's see. He's mainly known for doing a lot of music videos. Radiohead's Karma Police, Massive Attack.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What?
He's done a lot of music videos for Massive
Massive
Attack.
Attack.
Yeah, and Radiohead. So, I mean, it seems like this was his first, I wouldn't even know if it was a big film, but it's his first film.
No, he
Essentially.
did.
I mean, he did two before, but
Birth's
I mean,
pretty
at the
good.
same time, like,
It's not he doesn't have a huge
his most notable film, possibly, yeah?
yeah
Probably.
sure
Oh, but yeah, for sure.
yeah
So, I mean, for a first film, essentially a first big film, then yeah, I think it was fine. But honestly, you know, if you take away the performances of Scarlett Johansson, which was great, I do remember. I don't know what I would say was really good about it because the cinematography, like I said, it was filmed guerrilla style. And then the editing, yeah, I got to give it to the editor after 200 hours of footage. But like the screenplay, I don't understand what that screenplay would look like.
I would like to see it.
I would.
Oh, I'd be very interested in
What
that.
does that look like, and how
Yeah.
long is it? Because I almost feel like it was all improvised for most part.
I would think a lot of it would be.
Since it was like filmed over 10 years, I'd say probably.
It's
I mean,
almost
I'm
like
sure he
Boyhood or
had an
something.
outline because he's pretty. His other films I saw, and they were pretty like on the ball, like narrative wise, like everything was like out. So I feel like he had it pretty out, like what he wanted to accomplish. But then he probably got lost in some of them years.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
true.
with messing around. But that's the best part, I think. I love
Yeah.
the improvisation.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I do love Scarlett, and I think just the setting and the characters themselves are interesting enough, and it's just such an odd world and a very unique vision. I think that I'm just, even if it's just like Scarlett Johansson staring around at things, like it's still weirdly it's entertaining. Although I can see why a lot of people wouldn't see that. I mean, because
funny you bring up character.
There are long shots and very, and it's.
I love me some long shots.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I feel like character is not really important in this film. You know?
Well, I mean, I think
it's not a film where you're like, man, this character is really good.
Well, it is about the development of the character, Scarlett Johansson, though, because she
Yeah.
starts off being
Oh,
so.
true. Well,
you know,
yeah.
And also maybe let's just say the characters or the people she encounters. Like I don't really care about this person or that person, but just more so the interactions she has. Like even the rapist guy at the end, like just encountering these odd people out in the world, and then or the guy she has a very brief relationship with. You know, just the kind of random like, and then they're gone in 10 minutes. You know, so.
Yeah, I think that's just what I meant. Is like I don't think about like character really. I think more about like the philosophies behind like, you know, the film.
Yeah.
Like the themes and stuff. Because it's all like really touching on all those themes really well. I think like alienation and like.
Well, yeah, I think loneliness as well.
Yeah.
Which goes along with that for sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big part of it. I'm sure because it's like a mood piece too. I feel
Yeah.
like, sort of, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I mean, it's been 6 years since I've seen this movie, but if I remember correctly, you know, she starts off and she's this alien and she's going around and she's killing people to eat them.
Yeah.
And then at the end, she kind of forgets that she's an alien, and she kind of discovers herself to be a woman now, and she doesn't want to do that anymore. But then she's about to get raped by this guy, and it kind of shows like a good contrast between how she was then when she first started to how she ends up being. And it's kind of like a human psychology piece, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah,
like
yeah.
then she is the victim at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like the first half and the second half are pretty distinctly different, which I think is interesting. Because like the first half is all of her just driving around, and then the second half kind of starts with the love interest, and then
Yeah.
and all of that.
Then she starts like I think like understanding or is trying to understand like what it's like to be human.
Yeah,
She's
I love
like
that. Yeah,
looking at herself in the mirror. That fucking long take where she's looking in the mirror at
Oh, yeah.
herself is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 5 minutes or
yeah.
something.
I love the scene that she's watching television and it's like this some like comedy skit show, and she's like completely like horrified and confused as to what's happening. Like her eyes are darting around. She's like, "What in
Right.
God's name is this?" Which it's just stuff like that. That's
There's
kind
a
of
lot of details.
Yeah.
If you look at it, I think that
Yeah.
are overlooked in there.
yeah.
With her performance, like you were saying, like so it's super underrated.
Yeah, I mean, because there is almost no dialogue with her or
Yeah.
in a lot of the movie,
Like
and
at
so
all.
yeah,
Is there even any dialogue?
yeah,
Oh, I guess the
Little
conversations.
the guy in the club. I don't know if you
little-
remember that.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Who's like, he's just kind of like hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing?
I mean, there's some good
Scottish accent. I
Yeah.
can't do it.
I love the
He's like, what are you doing all alone in this club? Let's dance.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I do I do love the one where she parks next to this guy and she's like, "Do you want to ride?" And he's like, why not?
Yeah.
You know, just like this. It's like this rainy night. It's like, oh yeah, why not? I'll get into this car with this woman. You know,
We just reminded me about that one guy with fibrosis or what he has the.
oh, the Elephant Man guy.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Talk
Yeah.
about that scene too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Well, I mean, because that's a real guy. Unfortunately, it's things
Right.
happen
Yeah,
to
yeah.
I mean, great idea for me. It's just poor execution, and
Sure.
you know, I mean, that's just my style. And you know, if I took myself out of that though, whenever I critique movies, I like to try to, even if I don't like a certain film, I'll try to still give it a fair rating. And for me, you know, this would definitely qualify as a fair rating. It's just, even though it's not my film, I wouldn't bash it.
Yeah.
I would just be like, you know, it's not my film. If this is what you're expecting, probably just stay away from it.
Yeah. Well, now, do you in general like or dislike movies like this, or are there some that you?
Honestly, I mean, I can't really think of anything else like this film, so it's
Yeah.
definitely distinctive. In terms of art house films, you know, I don't really delve too much into that. I think as artsy as I go, it's probably Darren Aronofsky, and Mother was probably the last one that I saw.
What you think about Mother?
I loved Mother.
I loved Mother too.
Mother's trash.
You need to
You're
leave.
mental.
No, okay,
You're
so
mental.
Mother
You're
is
mental.
good on first viewing. It's a shock factor. It's a shock movie, let's be honest. It's there to shock you. And then I went in second viewing. I liked it, to be fair. But then I hated that Aronofsky explained everything. I think that contrived his whole art. But then
Sure.
the second time, I was so bored.
Really?
Yeah, well, because the first time you don't know anything that's happening,
Yeah.
and you're like, holy shit.
You're just
it's
waiting
about to
for
hit the
that
fan.
that invasion, that home invasion.
And I didn't
you know?
even know. I didn't watch the trailer. I don't like watching trailers. So when I went first, of course, I was like, oh.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I was
going
like,
in,
oh
so.
my god! When shit started going like crazy, I was like, oh.
Yeah, but
then I saw it again.
Chloe loathed Mother,
She
but
loathed it? Good.
I loved it.
I'm a fan of the loathers of Mother. I'm sorry, guys.
No, that's fine.
I
That's
think
fine.
he like, you know,
It's
I'm
another-
sure he put good work into it, and I actually liked what's her name in it because I usually
Lawrence?
don't like her.
Jennifer.
I usually don't like Jennifer Lawrence,
She's good in it.
but she was in like every shot, so she held it down.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of work, and it's like,
I thought it was fun. I mean, not I didn't have fun with it, but I thought it was.
Man,
I thought
it's
it was fun for what it
family
is.
move,
Yeah.
friendly,
'Cause,
fun move.
And I think that we talked about this during our review of it, but it's like it's just interesting to see a studio movie like that.
Yeah, I
It's-
don't think that they even knew what was going to happen.
Yeah. and
Why
so-
would they give him that
I don't.
opportunity?
They
He
gave
did
him Noah
Requiem
too.
for
though.
a Dream.
They gave him Noah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Noah, okay, maybe because he did it after Noah, right?
well, Black Swan made like 400 or 500 million.
Black Swan
Oh,
is
that
a
was a-
phenomenal film.
Yeah,
though.
and then Noah
big
made a
money
pretty heavy chunk of money too, and so I mean he was like, he was on good terms with them, I would think.
So then
Yeah.
he was like, I'm gonna do Mother.
I'm gonna do Mother.
I'm gonna get away with this Mother.
Because it was like 30, it
that's
was like a $30 million budget, so it was like way
Yeah.
lower than I think a lot of his others. So
Well, I know a lot of religious organizations really attacked this film as soon as they heard what this was about. So I really think that damaged it in terms of box office revenue because I don't think it did too well.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
At times, especially in the second half. The second half just went fucking wild.
crazy.
It just-
I do love oppressive cinema like that, where it's just like fucking hitting you.
Yeah.
So that's why I went to see it again. I was like, all right.
a baby
But
had
then
its neck broke.
and then eaten, and then
and then
eaten.
eaten.
Yeah.
So it's not.
That's why I went back, but then that's when I formed my consensus on it, sort of, I think, after
fair.
second viewing.
I've been wanting to rewatch it. I have it on.
But Aronofsky is pretty great.
He's good.
Pie is good.
Yeah.
Well, see-
and Black Swan is probably
Pie is my
favorite.
least favorite of his.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pie's good shit, man.
I mean, I don't dislike it, but like it would be
good fucking
probably
shit.
Mother, Black Swan, Noah. I love Noah.
Mother's your number one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're a lover. Oh,
Yeah, I'm a Mother lover.
guys, you're
then-
killing me.
And then Noah, I love Noah.
Nah, dude. It's. I got you.
I haven't
got you.
even seen Noah.
It's
Late-
Black Swan, The Fountain.
Thank you, Black Swan. Oh, the fountain. We didn't even talk
fountain.
about the fucking fountain.
The
That's
Fountain
shit.
is amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
If you haven't seen it, please go watch it. Just do that, and it's great. Hugh Jackman gives one of his best performances.
Yeah, for sure.
Fountain is nuts.
What about Requiem?
I love Requiem. It's one of those movies I don't want to watch, but if I find someone who hasn't seen it, I'm like, you should
Pop it
watch
in.
this,
Pop
and
it
we'll
in.
do drugs together while we watch it.
Yeah, pop it in. You know.
Oh, we've talked about this in the past. The drug movie to watch is Train Spotting because it's like Requiem, but it's funny.
You know, I still haven't seen Trainspotting 2.
But you've seen.
I have seen the first
You
one.
love
It's
the
great.
first one, right?
Yeah.
Because I know I'm a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
T2
That's a
is
Boyle
okay.
film too, right?
Yeah, that's Boyle.
Yeah.
He's got his new movie, the Beatles movie, coming out.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I don't know what to think about. Oh, it came out already?
No, it's coming out.
It's called Yesterday.
Yeah,
Oh, it's called.
came out yesterday.
Yeah, it's called Yesterday.
Uh,
I don't know about that.
yeah.
You know,
He doesn't do wrong though, ever. Like I've never seen a movie I didn't like by him.
True.
So I'm kind of like, oh well, maybe.
I can't think of one. Yeah.
Yeah. Go back to doing Steve Jobs, man. You know,
Even
go do another
I
Steve
love
Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
Like
Do
that.
another Slumdog Millionaire.
Yeah.
Slumdog
I was a big fan.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go back to Under the Skin because
Oh yeah, can I read
that's
something?
what we're doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So Jacob has an interesting review from Letterboxd here.
It's a little, it's
Now
a little out there.
Who's this from?
So this is Claire Diane. I follow her on Letterboxd.
This isn't Henry.
No, not Henry. Henry loves it.
I don't write. You know.
It's not Sky's because Sky hates it. But this is like very, I don't know. It just resonated with me.
Please.
Should I read the whole thing?
It's purely up to you, my friend.
It's very weird though. Okay, so glacial entropic drone gender slicing forever into maximum cold inertia, the non-organic vitalities of moving waves and wind, the liminal embodiment of ghosts, both body and not, embodiment as ultra dysphoric rift, seeing your face, body, and feeling the complete and total disconnect, anti-form, no form, Are you guys following? Okay. Maladaptive, self-induced starvation as revenge on embodiment and imposed mediation by culture/reality itself. The elemental terror of eating to sustain a body. Queer death impulse as ultimate refusal. Retching on cake. I have never resonated more with the movie when Laura peels off her own skin. Being seen as being set on fire, hating your body, and what requires nothing. What living requires nonetheless, choosing to stay in it, maximum alienation. Yeah, that's a little hard.
That'll keep you busy for a while.
That'll keep you busy for a
That's
little
an
bit.
Oxford dictionary full of words.
Yeah.
It's an Oxford. But I think she touches on like every like theme and like
You got to be an owl with a hat to really understand that. I think.
that was my that's my favorite review on Under the Skin.
Well done, Claire. What was her name?
Claire Diane.
Claire Diane. Well done.
It's a review that I am very much not surprised that it would be for that type of film.
It's more of like a sounding off. It's like talking about form and like I don't know. It's really. I just think if you think about all that stuff,
Yeah.
in context of the film,
There's a lot in there, whether it's deep or it's just barely mentioned. I think there's stuff in there for better and for worse. I think so.
Yeah.
anyway. If
Yeah.
that resonated
Yeah.
at all, I hope it did.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
For people that have seen the film and they're like, I don't know what this is.
I definitely understand the points, and maybe, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no need to comment.
Good job, Claire.
I just wanted to say it because I don't know.
Yeah,
All right, keep going.
I don't know if I have too much else.
Yeah.
I love the ending. Where
The
her skin
ending's
is
brutal.
literally peeled off and
Yeah.
setting on fire and everything is great.
But then it was like this black suit, and I guess
Well, apparently in the book is their form is like of that of a canine, but then they go through a procedure to then be shaped into a human form. And so then throughout the film, she's constantly experiencing discomfort because her body has been altered.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's definitely pared down from the book.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he read it and he was like, I like what's going on in the novel, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna put these
The novel is worth a read.
Themes and
It's
stuff.
very interesting.
to imagery, and his imagery is amazing.
Yeah.
Let's be frank here. In a minimalist art house way,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like beautiful. Like everyone started doing that thing where the bodies turn into liquid after this movie. I'm pretty positive on that. Like I see that all the time. Like FK Twigs music videos has, I think one of hers has like the same kind of thing.
Oh,
Where,
really?
you know, where the bodies are in water and they just like turn into
I think so, yeah.
like, you know, like everything's gone from the inside and it's just like a flat.
oh,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, that's like,
Okay.
yeah. I see that a lot more. And Glazer did that, bitch. that's a Glazer motherfucker.
That's a Glazer.
And yeah, it's yeah, the imagery is good if you're into the like the
Right.
minimal. I know, so like
Some
some people might be like,
I think you've seen it, and this is on Netflix, as is Under the Skin. But have you all seen Enemy, the Denis Villeneuve?
no, I was
No, I
creeped
haven't.
out
That's
by
would
that.
be the only comparison to this.
Oh,
Or
did
at
it
least
have a same like sort of minimal thing
Yeah.
going on?
It's worth checking out.
That's interesting.
Has
'cause he's
Jake
kind of-
Gyllenhaal.
Oh, Jakey G.
It's Denis Villeneuve on a micro budget, you know. So
He's the shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, doing Dune. Like we were just talking about, he's doing Dune
Okay.
with Timothy Chalamet,
Mr. Chalamet.
Javier
Oh my
Bardem.
God. Call me Mr. Chalamet.
But yeah, I mean, with Under the Skin, like getting back to it, yeah, I mean, I would agree with the imagery. It's pretty great.
Yeah, you'd agree. It's on your top. What's it on your top list?
It's in my top 25.
I don't think it's in my top 25 ever. It's like in my top 25 of the last decade. Or maybe ever. I don't know. I have to think about that shit. I can't just be like, yeah, it is. I like put a lot of thought into what I'm going to put on my top 10.
Oh yeah,
I don't even have a top 10. I
Yeah.
don't think. It's too fucking hard to do
It's
that.
too hard. And
Impossible task.
I think top 10s should be categorized, you know, not
True. Top
like
10.
yeah, in terms of experimental films, this would probably go into my top 25 because I haven't seen really too much like it. I might not like it,
but Sky, what if you could only
You're
take,
an outsider here, Sky.
could only watch
Yeah.
10 movies for the rest of
I
your
know.
life?
it's never going to be on that list.
It's not-
But
oh,
what about
yeah.
a top 10 list? Then you would be. What if you were forced at gunpoint?
To put this on a top 10 list.
No. To create
you
a
had
top
to-
10 list that was not categorized, it had to be just 10 movies.
It would be the weirdest list.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Weird is good. This shit's
Weird
weird.
is good.
I definitely can't put it on this podcast because I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't like just spout it, but it's up
It
there.
would take me years.
I don't think his new movie's gonna top Under the Skin. I feel like this is gonna.
It's gonna be
this is his
interesting for
cake.
sure. But
I
yeah.
think Under the Skin is his cake for his career, probably.
Well,
Yeah.
this one, I know it didn't make its budget back. It came close. It did come close, I think. But, I mean, the marketing for this film, it was like non-existent, right?
There's
Like,
there's
Yeah, I
one or
don't
two
even
trailers,
remember.
but yeah, it was pretty small.
and it went into select theaters very briefly.
I think that was because it was like right when A24 like was starting.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like one of the first like ones for A24, I think. And now they're like fucking crazy.
So
Yeah.
where did the money go? 13.3 million.
You care about that money.
Where did it go?
But also, I mean, if you think about it, if it took 10 years
Yeah,
to make,
it might be just
it
time.
would just be over time they're building up and having to pay, paying Scarlett and who knows.
Pay the editor for
yeah,
200
he got-
hours.
I hope he got some money.
some of those visuals.
Some of the visuals were great.
It
Yeah.
might need some money. I don't know. I don't really know exactly how he did it, but
Right.
I think some of it's like pretty practical, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, not
seems
like the
it.
body like stuff, but like
Yeah, seems like it.
I don't know.
I don't think he like I don't know. I'd have to do more research just before I speak on it.
Yeah, cool.
Oh yeah.
Anything else about Under the Skin,
That's all I got.
Oh yeah.
Jacob?
No. I just thought this was the thing time, and I knew me and Sky are at least gonna
It's
bond.
about-
we're
It's
gonna
a
geek
thing.
out.
Well,
Oh,
it's about to
boy.
be, man. It's
Oh,
about to be
boy.
the thing time.
This was my suggestion too,
yeah.
because
thank
I thought it was related to Under the Skin.
Yeah.
you. yeah,
Thematically.
and it's
but you
it's-
don't like that movie.
It's okay. I love the thing.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep saying that.
but yeah, but I mean, it's different enough to where it's not where we wouldn't be repetitive. So it was a good option. So,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Totally different film.
but
It
yeah.
touches on some things though.
Well, out of 5 stars, it's a heavy 5 for me.
Oh yeah.
Out of 5.
Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. Sky?
I'm trying to think. I'm gonna be fair. Do we have stars? Do you want a half star on this?
Yeah, give us your actual.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
make
we
quarter
do have
stars.
stars.
Okay.
3, 4.
I will say a 2.5, and that's me being, completely out of my element. But in terms of performances, I thought it was great, and in terms of lighting, music especially, I remember the music being very good. That stuff was great, and the ambition was great. For me, it's not my type of movie, but
Yeah.
I'll give it a 2.5.
Yeah, fair.
It's no Holmes and Watson.
What is that?
Oh, you don't know about that?
even
It was the
know what
movie
that
last
is.
year with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly.
It has like a 4%,
Fuck yeah,
man.
dude. I'm all about that.
It was supposed to be. It got the
Doesn't
Razzie.
matter how bad it is. It's
I
got-
honestly do want to try and watch it.
John
I do
Cena.
too. I do too, just to see how bad it is.
What if it's amazing, Sky?
I don't know if we'll make it out alive.
Yeah. Fuck those critics, man.
Yeah.
Y'all are watching too many reviews. I just go. I bet you it's the shit.
If it's at like 4%, that's you got to be like something's going on.
It
here.
was labeled as a garbage fire.
Yeah, there's like
garbage
there were like news pieces of people walking out of the theaters. Like they never report
Actually,
on that stuff.
Yeah, my sister is not at all a critic, and she went, and she would never like say like, oh, it was. She'd just be like, it's all right, She doesn't have any like.
Right.
But she was like, that is the worst fucking movie I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was like, wow, okay, it must be bad.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever walked out of a movie theater?
Oh no, man.
Never. You stuck through all the
No,
way.
man. I always sit. I'll be honest. For Under the Skin, I was a little since I had no idea what I was getting into. I was a little bored because it was a little boring.
During what?
Under the Skin.
Oh, really?
But like even like it doesn't matter how bored it gets. I stay.
I think the first time, even for me, it's pretty ostracizing, and so like I
it's
would,
throwing you out there. It's not like bringing you in.
Yeah,
it's
so
supposed to alienate you.
that's
alienate
not too surprising.
I feel like.
I did walk out of not because it was the worst movie I had ever seen, but just because I was bored. I walked out of Terminator Genesis.
Oh yeah, no, that's a bad movie.
And then I went and bought the Terminator Blu-ray set and went home and watched those instead.
You're a psycho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I have not seen the Terminator.
Oh,
the first one?
Also, another
James
sin,
Cameron,
I think
man.
I've
Jeez.
told.
You can skip
Sky
the first
this,
one and go to the 2.
Is I've never seen Alien.
That's okay. I mean, it's
Jacob.
great.
No, I get shit on every time. See,
Jacob,
look,
my
you're shitting on
friend,
me.
you're killing me.
You want to know
I
a fun
want
fact?
to. I want to.
I hate 2001: A Space Odyssey. And coming from a media studies graduate student, that is blasphemous.
No, that's fine. I don't mind. I got over that. If you don't like it, I understand. I love it. You love it?
I don't love it.
I
but
like the music a lot.
I like a lot of people. I appreciate it much more than I enjoy it. Like it's
That's fair. Appreciation and versus enjoyment. Yeah, I get
It's like
that.
I wouldn't.
Well,
put, it's rare I would ever watch this by choice. But when I do, I'm like, wow, that is amazing. Even though it's not my.
I really like it. But
That's
also,
fine.
I think I'm outcast with you in this group because I like Art House like so much.
I love Art
That's
House.
why Under the Skin's like my shit,
I
my
get that.
jam, and like old Art House. I like.
I mean, I love
Japanese
A24,
Art
all
House.
that stuff. So I'm with you.
No, I mean, they're like in terms of art house. Like I love Hereditary. Hereditary was pretty
Fuck
art
that
house.
movie.
Oh yeah, Jacob didn't like it. Yeah.
I
do we?
loved Hereditary.
Yeah.
And it follows.
Y'all are messed
Yeah.
It follows. Great.
It follows as the shit.
It's so good.
Do you see the new trailer for that guy's movie?
No.
The, Hereditary guy.
Oh yeah, Sumner. I hated Hereditary, but I'm pretty.
It's like a cult. It's like a female cult movie or something. right?
trailers.
That
dope.
sounds awesome.
Oh,
The-
yeah.
the teaser's dope.
That
Yeah.
sounds really cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like he's following up with something heavy. Like you could,
Heavier.
oh yeah, dude. You can tell because it's like got them all lined up,
Yeah.
and it's like I don't know, it's like creepy.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's been 2 movies that I've walked out of theaters on, and that was in order. It was Michael Mann's Miami Vice.
Okay.
It was really bad.
I love that shit,
Dude, it's really
I like it
bad.
too. I like it
Thank
too.
you.
Yeah.
That's the shit with Colin Farrell.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Jamie
Yeah.
Foxx.
Jamie
Not-
Foxx.
That's the
Nope, walked out.
that is the jelly and jam. Sky, what is with you?
Listeners, do not watch it.
Yeah.
And the Omen, the new Omen movie.
Didn't see
the
that.
newer one.
I didn't see that.
Like
either.
2006.
Oh wait, I did see that.
Really bad movie.
I don't remember.
I think
having-
Liev Schreiber is in it, which is a shame because he's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I have maybe walked out of one or 2 others, but I can't think of them off the top of my head.
You didn't walk out of Pirates of the Caribbean?
The fifth one, I was very tempted. I love the first three.
I thought I'd never hear you say that.
No, the fifth one is
Hard
the
fan.
fifth one is brutal. I do not know why I have it on 4K, but it is brutal.
Well, they're milking it. Like
Yeah.
they just
Oh,
fucking
very.
stop. They're
Yeah.
doing
Like
that for everything.
Even the Depster couldn't save it, and
Yeah.
it's a shame.
Depp was probably drunk the whole fucking film.
He seemed like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he probably was.
Yeah, but no, I was very tempted on that one. I will give you that.
Oh, talk about depth there real fast. I know we're getting a little off topic.
That's
but,
fine.
I think that he could be a franchise killer for the new Harry Potter films.
See, I don't know. I don't know if it's having that big of an effect because Crimes of Grindelwald still made like what 600 million or something.
Based off of name alone, but critically it did not do well.
Yeah, but was it Depp that did that?
I personally, I haven't seen it, but I thought Colin Farrell, killed it in the role. And when it was revealed at the end of
The first one.
the first one,
That's
what
the
was
one
it called?
I saw.
What?
Fantastic
Oh,
Beast.
yeah.
At the end when it was like revealed, like, oh, it's Johnny Depp the whole time, and he just fucking M. Night Shyamalan'd us, and I was very angry and very upset.
See, I'll say I saw Crimes of Grindelwald, and I think Johnny Depp is one of the few good things about it. I think Jude Law's good as young Dumbledore. He's good. But
Yeah.
the rest of the movie, there's just so much overstuffed plot and no characters that are nearly as interesting as anyone from the Harry Potter franchise. And so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But one thing about
Yeah.
that franchise is I wish David Yates was not directing the entire.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. And he did the last like 4 Harry Potter movies, I think, maybe
Okay.
last 3 or 4. And so it's just going to be that exact same style.
Yeah.
Which, is a little disappointing, but I don't know. He's not going to be the Invisible Man anymore, which is really annoying. I wanted him to be in the Invisible Man, but now Blumhouse is doing it with the Upgrade director. So
Upgrade was awesome.
We were just talking about that, and he said you like that because I just
Yeah.
saw that, and it was the shit.
Yeah.
It was so great.
It's what Venom wanted to be, or should have been.
The camera, I was obsessed with the camera.
Yeah.
With I don't know what they did, but where they in the action scenes where they're like following his body movements. That
Yeah.
that was great. I just didn't expect it to be so good. I was like, this is fun.
I think his name is Garrett Evans, the director of the Raid series. He kind of does that too, and
I love that shit.
fantastic stuff, man.
yeah,
I was eating it up, and then it was good.
cool.
So we're talking about the thing.
Yeah, so
Yeah, we gotta get off
let's get into our
Jonesing over here.
our retro review of John Carpenter's The Thing from 1982. So take a listen to a clip.
You the only one who made it?
Not the only one.
Did you kill it?
Where were you, Charles?
Thought I saw Blair. I went out after him. Got lost in the storm. Fire's got the temperature up all over the camp. Won't last long, though.
Neither will we.
How will we make it?
Maybe we should.
If you're worried about me,
If we've got any surprises for each other, I don't think we're in much shape to do anything about it.
Okay, so before we do the thing, Jacob had some thoughts on the Star Wars prequels. So go ahead.
I was just telling. I forgot your name.
You don't have to be as
Jessica.
close as you are.
That
He's not listening.
I was just telling. That was my childhood. Phantom Menace was my childhood Star Wars. Like I saw it in theaters when I was like 10. So like, it might be partially that why I like it so much.
Well, no, I mean you got some cool characters. Qui-Gon Jinn is awesome,
Darth
and
Maul.
Darth Maul
It's the
is
fucking
one of the
shit.
coolest villains, in the Star Wars universe.
Oh yeah,
But
and
then the movie,
Liam Neeson's good in it.
Liam
Is that
Neeson's
the
great.
main guy, right?
yeah, and Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I'm
yeah.
all on board.
Yeah, I love it.
But the movie,
Prequels over the
Actually,
the movie,
prequels over the originals.
see, I can't agree with you.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
all
Although I know
day.
with Jacob Bowers, who's been on the show before, his favorite Star Wars movie is the second one. I can't.
Oh, he just wants to be an outcast.
Oh yeah.
Nobody likes that one. What is that? Revenge of the
Attack
Sith?
of the
Or
Clones,
Attack
yeah.
of the Clones.
Yeah.
it's bad.
Yeah.
It's a really
Yeah.
bad
We'll have
movie.
to get him on and have him talk about it.
He fucked that one up. I mean, that's my well. I like the
Not wrong.
I like
Not
the
wrong.
prequels, but that's my least favorite Star
Yeah.
Wars movie of all of them, probably.
Probably me too.
You know,
Well, now, what did y'all think of Solo? Did y'all see Solo?
I
love
don't watch
Solo.
the new
Did you
shit.
really?
I really enjoyed
Okay.
Solo.
Okay.
I'm jaded.
I get that. I get the jade, and I think that's why a lot of people didn't see it, and it was reviewed poorly. But I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, and for what Ron Howard had to step into with all the directors backing out, and he came in at the last minute to salvage what was left. I thought it was a really good movie. A lot better than Rogue One, in my opinion.
See, I'm the
I didn't even
opposite.
see
I
Rogue
loved.
One.
I loved Rogue One. I didn't hate Solo. I just thought it was a little bland.
That's fair.
I thought it was just trying to fit in a little too much into like the Marvel Cinematic Universe
See,
formula.
and that's where we differ, because I love Marvel.
I know you do.
love everything Marvel.
Have you seen Captain Marvel yet?
I did.
How was it?
Have you not seen it?
No.
I didn't love it. I loved parts of it. I thought Brie Larson was fantastic, but I think the story was weak, and I think that it felt very rushed. And for an origin story about Captain Marvel, it didn't feel like an origin story. It felt almost like we already knew who Captain Marvel was,
Right.
and I didn't like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna check it out soon, but
I wanted them to Nolan it and give me like a Batman Begins kind of feel for Captain America.
if only, man. No, you got to Nolan it.
Got to Nolan it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Well, I guess we can get into the thing. So it was released in 1982. Is directed by John Carpenter. Stars Kurt Russell, Wilford Brimley, T.K. Carter, David Clennon, Keith David, Peter Maloney. And the synopsis is: a research team in Antarctica is hunted by a shape-shifting alien that assumes the appearance of its victims. So yeah, this one is a bit of a cult classic. Has a little bit of a following. I'll say.
A little bit, yeah. No, it's what keeps people interested in pursuing film, in my opinion. It is one of the greatest films ever made, and it
okay.
might be John Carpenter's
take.
favorite. Like, it might be my favorite John Carpenter film too, and that's above Halloween, The Fog.
See, I think those two are my favorites. I like those over.
You like The
Thing.
Fog?
I love The Fog.
I
love
also
The Fog.
am a fan of The Fog.
Yeah.
I'm a
But no
big
one
fan.
else I know is a fan of The Fog.
It's like Pirates, it's like
you
Pirates of the
guys are.
Caribbean, man.
Adrian
Fog.
Barbeau.
Yeah.
Fog is the shit.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. But the special effects, man, like, you have 1982, this movie, and the special effects and the score alone is just so iconic, and it holds up. It holds up today. You see those special effects and you show it to a person who hasn't seen that movie, and just the fact that it's all puppetry and no CGI is just insane. It looks so good even today.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Louder for the people in the back.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's like, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, and
It
I mean,
is.
Better effects than half of the CG
totally.
movies that come out.
Yeah.
And oh my God.
and again, those,
Oscar for the dog. The dog deserves an Oscar.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but I
Just
mean,
saying.
it's definitely inspired plenty of movies, just in terms of like the concept and the setting, and although now. Did this come after Alien? I think it came after
Yeah,
Alien. Okay.
Alien was, I think, what, 70, 79?
Yeah,
this
something
is
like that.
84?
But yeah, I think this one,
82.
82.
82 is
Yeah.
the thing, but
this one's had a bit of a inspired plenty. I'm
I think
sure.
it probably inspired Stephen King to write Dreamcatcher. I don't know if this came after or before, but Dreamcatcher was very similar to this.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know, Dreamcatcher.
No.
Okay.
Is that a movie?
It is a movie.
And a book.
It's also a book, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
every Stephen King book is a fucking movie now.
That's true.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, for me, I mean, you can't go wrong with, you got John Carpenter and then Kurt Russell. And, anytime you put Kurt Russell in a movie, I'm pretty much on board.
Yeah. That's all Jacob has to say.
No, I could say plenty. I was just listening. It's great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't have as much of an attachment to it as I think y'all do, but I mean,
Should we take the lead then?
Yeah.
well, no, I mean, I'll just give my thoughts here if that's okay.
You have thoughts?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I think it's very entertaining. I mean, it's very well shot. Of course, it looks great. But I don't know if there's anything in it that maybe just because I got to it kind of late after having maybe seen a lot of movies that it inspired. And so, I mean, I whenever I watch it, it's great, but I don't
You
hold
became
it.
conditioned.
Yeah, I don't hold it close to my heart like I think y'all do. So
Yeah, it's probably my second or third favorite horror film, including all subgenres of horror.
Gotcha.
And you would probably know more about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty high.
I mean,
Everything about it's gorgeous. The
It's-
blue,
God.
Oh, the
cinematography, like
blue. The blue.
all the blue. The
score.
I mean, you already said it. The special effects
Yeah.
are the most amazing shit I've seen. Like probably.
like when he's doing the defibrillators on one of the guys, and and his chest cavity opens up. It's just
You're just
It's
like,
good, man.
what in the fuck?
What
Yeah.
I bet in the
happened?
80s they're just like, what? They're probably freaking the fuck out.
Right. I mean,
they
the
were like,
only-
holy shit.
The only other person that was doing that at the time was probably Dario Argentino, right? Or is that how you say his
Dario
name?
Argento.
Argento. Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy. You know, he was like the
And
only
not
one doing
even-
those kind of practical effects.
Yeah.
Not even to that level. I don't think there's any practical effects as intense as that. Oh my god.
I mean,
That thing.
there's one that he did, and it was
Talking about Dario?
Yeah, Dario.
I'm
And
a very huge fan of Dario. So
when
if I
he
could
had the
tell-
drill and he was going through, I can't remember the name of the movie.
trying to think.
But he had a drill going in from one side of the guy's head out to the other. That was something. I'm pretty sure they killed that guy. I don't think that he's alive today. They killed
What is
him.
that from?
Which City of the Dead? Maybe.
Oh, that's not Argento.
Is it not Argento?
That sounds like Romero.
Oh
No. That's not Romero.
Well,
That's
it's
not
definitely
Romero.
not Argento.
I don't know.
We should look this up.
I don't know. I'm not.
Wait, City of the Dead. I feel like I've seen that.
Do a quick.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know
do a
which
quick
one.
Google.
I'm letterboxing. City of the Dead.
But while we're doing this, we can continue talking. So, Henry, you, you're saying that you're like a little bit conditioned, now because of all the stuff that's come after. But you know what I'm saying?
Fulci. Yeah.
Fulci,
This is
Fulci.
my favorite. One of my favorite Fulci. I can't believe
Can
I
I see
forget. I forgot.
City of the Living Dead. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a dope movie.
When the drill goes through the guy,
Yeah.
they killed that guy. Like
There's plenty.
he's not alive anymore.
There's plenty of stuff like that. Actually, Fulci is like, okay, speaking of practical effects, sorry, I'm veering off.
No, it's fine.
My favorite movie, or one of my favorite movies, I'm getting a tattoo like next week, is The Beyond by Fulci.
Okay.
You need to watch this, guy, because this is like 70s. This is like 70s, and there's a scene where tarantulas eat a whole dude, like
Yeah.
20 tarantulas eat a dude,
Hey,
and a dog.
I want to see this.
It's the shit. Oh well, it's my favorite. One of my favorite movies ever, and the practical effects are. That's the only one I think would rival The Thing.
Yeah.
Maybe even better, because it's
Gotcha.
like he went like budget. I don't know what it is, but it's like 90%
Yeah.
practical effects.
Nice.
It's so good, and it's Fulci. Fulci was very into that, just like Carpenter's into his effects.
Yeah.
his practical effects. Not. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, you can't go wrong with John Carpenter in the first place. I mean, until he gets into the 90s, and then you can really go wrong with John Carpenter.
Yeah.
Prince of Darkness.
Prince of Darkness was really good.
That's the shit.
And so was the Mouth of Madness and the Mouth
Oh
of
yeah,
Madness.
yeah.
I didn't see that.
That's good.
It's good stuff.
good.
It's very Lovecraftian. But then, and I love vampires. I know a lot of people don't, but I enjoy that. Maybe it's James Woods hunting vampires.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong. And but then you get stuff like Escape from Los Angeles, and then it's just like, oh yeah,
Yeah. Okay,
maybe
John.
it's time to retire. He did what what I call who's the guy that directed Alien again?
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott.
Scotty.
He probably should have been put in a home at that point. You kind of like Ridley Scott needs to be put into a home because
What?
he is killing the Alien series.
Yeah,
He's
Ridley
killing
Scott's-
the Alien
I like
franchise.
Prometheus a lot.
I love Prometheus,
But now
Covenant
what's he
was
doing?
really bad.
I disagree. I like the Covenant a
No.
lot. Yeah.
I didn't see Covenant.
I love
I
Prometheus
think
more.
Prometheus is one of the more underrated.
I agree.
newer
Great
sci-fi
science fiction
films.
film.
Yeah.
Should not be an Alien film.
Also,
Great science
body
fiction
horror.
film.
Think of that for a
Oh
minute.
yeah. The C-section
Prometheus
scene
is kind of
in Prometheus.
got some good body horror,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which The Thing is like basically the masterpiece of body horror, probably.
Yeah.
But
Those prosthetics that they made for the thing is insane.
Yeah.
I don't even know how much that took.
But see, I didn't think Alien Covenant was a masterpiece, but I thought it was pretty entertaining. And then I really like The Counselor. I know a lot of people don't.
Right.
That's what I was
like,
going to mention because I knew you liked that. And
I enjoyed The Martian a good bit.
I love The Martian.
Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. But then he, His movies, though, have really taken a hit in terms of quality. Like,
I think he's been
Body of Lies, The Wolfman.
I mean, did he do The Wolfman?
He did, if I'm not mistaken, with Benicio del Toro.
Oh no, that was the guy who did he did Captain America and
Really?
Jumanji.
I
Yeah,
thought that was
I believe he may have produced it. I don't know. But Scott, I think he's been a little too prolific. I think he's just been making too many things. I think he needs to maybe stop and take a little more time to do it. He's like Woody Allen and
Fuck Woody Allen.
yeah. Like you don't need to make a movie every year,
That's fair. Yeah, you're right. I always thought it was a Ridley Scott film, and I don't know why.
Yeah, that guy actually just did the Nutcracker in the Four Realms, real masterpiece of a film.
Yeah, I'd say he's killing it.
The Nutcracker in the Four Realms.
Yeah, it was a Disney movie from last year. It was a turd.
It was a piece of garbage.
It was a turd.
What is not a turd, though, is The Thing.
Oh yeah.
The Thing.
It always comes back.
Solid point on that. It holds up this day.
Oh, it totally holds up. Yeah.
And tying in with Under the Skin, why I picked it is because it all deals with like alienation and like
Yeah.
trust. Well, not in a different way, but like humans, like trusting humans, and like,
Right.
Yeah.
because that's the whole thing in the thing. It's like
Yeah.
the suspense of like, is this person? Can I trust this person?
Like-
Can I like?
Can
Yeah.
Kurt Russell trust Keith David at the end of the movie?
Well, that infamous ending, of course. But it's
Right.
like the whole movie. It's like, what's going on?
And so now, are y'all okay with the ending being like kind of not empty, but
Open-ended?
Yeah. I mean, are y'all okay with that?
Ambiguity is the best part of cinema, in my opinion.
I think so. I mean, you get to form your own thought on it. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
I love it.
For me, they're, one of them is the alien. They know they're not getting off of that glacier alive. you
Yeah.
know?
That's an easy walk. Easy walk.
Right. They'll stay warm.
Yeah.
I think it was the smart move to leave it like ambiguous like
Right.
that. Instead, I think if he had ended it where it was like really just like cut clean ending, it's like,
Yeah,
it was a beautiful last scene.
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
It goes off the rails towards, right before the ending, I think, a little bit. But before that, I think, for the most part, is a very solid film.
Mm-hmm.
I think once you start dealing with the doctor and him trying to build the spaceship, I thought that was that's still a little weird. That's when it gets a little weird for me. But for the most part, it's a very solid film.
Yeah.
And it's one that I still enjoy and I love watching every year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean,
I do once a year at least.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
And I don't do that a lot.
It's a good Christmas movie.
Oh yeah. My favorite Christmas movie
is The Thing
funny.
a Christmas movie? Is it?
What's your favorite Christmas movie? You're gonna like my answer because it's a horror movie.
Is it White Christmas?
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas? Yeah, that's what it was.
People are
yeah.
like, "What's your favorite Christmas movie?" And they think it's like something like happy. It's gonna be like this happy. I'm like Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
One of the most underrated slashers from the '70s.
Maybe Scrooged? I don't know.
Oh hell yeah!
Love Scrooge.
Banger.
good
That's,
one.
that's a banger.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I don't know. I don't know if I have a favorite Christmas movie. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one.
But
That was random. but-
And that's okay. But in terms of John Carpenter, I think maybe I'll talk about a few of them later, but I just like the kind of whole B slasher style. And so I think that's why I like Halloween more, just because I kind of like that concept as opposed to something like The Thing.
Well,
Although, I mean, I guess in a way they're similar.
they're a little similar in style, but for me, I think what separates Halloween from the rest of his films is the cinematography. You have that Steadicam,
Yeah.
and it's just
Sure.
it's phenomenal. Some of the stuff that you see, it's that opening scene where you start with Michael, outside, and it just tracks all the way inside.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was something that I guess back then wasn't as done.
Yeah,
done
you
as often.
didn't see that.
Oh well, yeah, that was pretty. He pretty much pioneered that whole like.
I can't remember if he
POV,
did
right?
it. Yeah, because that came out before The Shining, right?
Shining was 80.
Shining was 80,
Yeah.
so
Halloween was-
78.
was before.
78 was Halloween.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not a huge fan of Halloween.
I know
think you
you're
this.
not, yeah.
But I know that it pioneered a lot of
yeah.
that slasher.
Yeah.
Well, you had Psycho, and then you had, I think, Halloween.
Yeah.
And then it birthed all these franchises.
And
like
there was-
Friday the 13th.
And before that, there was Texas Chainsaw.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite 70s.
Yeah, and I'll be talking about
Toby Hooper.
Yeah, and I'll be
man.
talking a little bit later about The Town That Dreaded Sundown, which I just watched.
I saw that
It's
because
good.
I love that.
It's
film.
good.
That's
Yeah.
another underrated
Yeah,
one.
it's good.
Oh, man.
But yeah,
Have you seen
so
this guy?
I haven't.
Even and the new one's good too.
Oh,
watch
I
the
haven't- I
remake.
haven't seen the remake.
It's solid. I
Okay.
mean, it's
All right, I'll give it a poke.
It's pretty. It's fun.
I haven't.
It's good.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, again, it's just entertaining. It's got some really great shock, wow moments, and
It had some good comedy, too.
yeah, some good comedy, which is always nice.
We're talking the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, like it's a funny movie at times when he gets beat at chess, and the cameo too of Adrienne Barbeau playing the computer,
Right.
it's just hilarious to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, he was having fun. Character dynamics in that movie are really good.
And you know what
Really
is
great.
impressive? I think the most impressive about the thing is that it's a remake, and you never even look at it like it's a remake.
I didn't even know that until the other night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was
You
like,
don't
I'm
know
gonna
it.
talk about the thing on podcast, and Phil at Chelsea was like, "You talking about that? Was it Howard Hawks?" He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna talk some Howard Hawks." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "No, the only thing that there is,
Yeah.
John Carpenter."
John Carpenter.
And then there's the remake, right?
yeah,
which I
with,
never saw.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah,
Is that
It's
the
a-
prequel?
It's a prequel that feels like a sequel. Yeah.
love
I
those.
never saw that.
Yeah, it was good. It really does set up, what the original thing is, like where you see like an axe just in that military base, and you see how that axe gets placed there, and I'm just like, oh, that's cool. So it's something for the fan of the thing,
Yeah,
but I think what separates the thing from all the other John Carpenter films like The Fog and Halloween is that it's a science fiction horror that deals with an alien that can manifest itself into replicating itself to look like anyone else. And that really is terrifying because, like
Making
you said,
humans the monsters.
right, making humans the monsters.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Under the Skin did.
yeah,
And also, it's cool that you bring that up because, yeah, I think Under the Skin also is a little body horror esque.
Oh, it's very totally.
Yeah, not like, not as well embodied as the thing, but like it's similar. Yeah. And I forgot, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. Well, and one thing I forgot to mention,
I've been
it does
working all
feel,
day.
and maybe one reason you like it, it does feel very Kubrickian, Under the Skin, in terms of it's like austere, cold.
I've heard some,
I
Comparisons
feel
to
like
Kubrick.
and also with
but I think that's
what's
a
the guy who did
sort of
Persona,
stupid thing to do.
Ingmar Bergman. I think
one of
it
my-
feels very inspired by
Mr.
that,
Bergman.
like Persona and stuff like that. But
I didn't even think about that. Persona's really good.
yeah,
But yeah, it has the body horror element, body horror and sci-fi,
Yeah.
like hybrid is why the thing is so great, I think.
yeah,
Yeah. Not a
Just
lot of
like
dialogue.
Good gore, and
Yeah.
then like all that other shit.
That dog sequence, man.
oh yeah. Good
Even
stuff.
that first opening
dog.
scene with the dog just running through the
Oscar.
snow.
Where's that Oscar for the dog?
Ah, it's so good.
They
but-
must have had a like crazy trainer, I guess.
Yeah.
probably.
That was like
And the score, great
Yeah,
score.
the score was amazing. It's always amazing with Carpenter.
Yeah,
He doesn't do a bad score. He doesn't know how to make bad music.
yeah.
yeah, it's great.
And now, Sky, I'm guessing you saw the new Halloween, right?
I did.
What'd you think?
Loved it.
Yeah, I thought it was
Loved
pretty
it.
good.
Every minute of it.
I thought it was good.
I also enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was good fun. It was on my top 10 list actually of the year.
Yeah, no, me too. It's they took a lot of risk, and I really enjoyed that. I like that they got rid of Michael and Judith being related, or Laurie being related. I'm glad that they got rid of that because I think even Carpenter was not a fan of that idea. I think he was like, yeah, I'll do it, but he didn't want to, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And, because then it makes Michael just wanting to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Because if you're not related to Laurie, guess what? You're safe.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was good.
cool. All right. Well, anything else about the thing you want to mention?
It's a great movie.
It's
Yeah.
hard to really talk about it for me. I just want to watch it.
Let's just
Like,
stop and
I
watch
just think about it and I'm like, why don't
Pop
we
it
just
in.
put it on and check some shots out?
Yeah.
I mean, you got like I said, you got Kurt Russell, you got Keith David, and you got John Carpenter directing. What more do you need?
yeah.
Score.
Score.
Everything is on point.
Yeah.
Cinematography, score,
Yeah.
the innovation with
That special effects, man.
Special
I
effects,
can't say
yeah.
enough about the special effects on that movie.
and it's so rewatchable.
Yeah.
In my opinion, yeah, because it's just
Yeah,
pretty
totally.
suspenseful, even if you know everything that's going down,
Yeah.
and funny and all
It's got it all, man.
It's got
it
a
all.
little bit of it all.
And wasn't it like a box office failure too? Didn't it not?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Just
It
movies
didn't
like
do
that.
too well.
Surprise me.
It became a cult classic later,
Yeah.
which makes me admire it even more.
Yeah.
I was
Totally.
gonna look it up, but can you look that up somehow?
Probably.
Like what it made?
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
they have the box office figures on
just
there.
wiki
but,
it.
Wiki.
Yeah.
but no, I mean, I think it's just great.
I'm going to run to the restroom while y'all are talking. I'll be right back.
Cool. Hope everything comes out okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's labeled as fantasy/science fiction on that. So yeah,
Not even horror.
no. But I mean, I like that they put fantasy actually.
Yeah.
I think that's a good descriptor. I mean, okay. Oh, 15 million.
So it had a budget of 15 million.
Budget 15 million. Box office 19 million.
Really?
They capped it a
Yeah.
little bit. They did pretty well.
I thought it was a box office failure. I thought I read that somewhere. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad. That
Yeah.
makes me happy. Opposed to the thing's nihilistic tone. That's another. I like that.
Yeah.
It's got some nihilism going on. It's like, fuck it, we're all gonna die. Let's, fuck this.
It's so solid. And I love too that, when you see this opening shot of the dog running through the snow and then you have a helicopter with a gunman on the side just shooting at this dog. And if for a new viewer, you're like, oh God, I better not see that dog die.
I was like, that's me.
I better not see that dog die. And then I'm like, oh, there's going to be some dogs dying in this
And
movie.
then by the end,
way.
you're like, fuck that dog.
Fuck that dog. They
dog-
should have shot that dog.
Dogs. I'm not a dog. I'm a cat person. I don't even like dogs. John Carpenter. Think about The Thing if it was like just cats.
Yeah.
Like someone should edit The Thing to just make the dog. Oh, you can. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
Cats.
Cats.
That would just be really bad or funny.
What are we
It's
on
like-
now?
So like what if you
Replacing
took-
the dog
Yeah.
from the thing with a cat.
It'd be interesting. Well, it's like Alien, pretty much.
Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't know.
I think my life goal, I know he's retired, but is
He
to
makes
do a
music.
movie with John Carpenter. That's
Did
what I
you
want to do. I did.
Yeah. I listen to
His album's
albums.
good.
They're solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get him out of his bed and make a movie, that'd be sick. He's probably just like in his room with his synthesizers, like.
I just come out of retirement and let me just do something. I'll be a PA. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, out of 5 stars, I'll go 4.5.
It's unrateable. Just like Under the Skin, I just love them. That's all that needs to be said.
Yeah.
So 5 at whatever. It's the shit.
I would say a 4.5 for me.
Really?
Yeah. It's very solid. It's hard for me to give a 5-star rating or a 10-star rating. I do the 10 scale. Henry does the 5.
Y'all take it very seriously. I'm just like 5. I don't care.
Jacob, you think you can just give any rating you want,
Well,
man?
You give a thumbs up and a thumbs down.
Yeah.
That's what you
That's
see.
what I do. Yeah,
That's Netflix
it's either I
style,
like
you know?
it or I don't. Pretty
Yeah.
much. I never am like in the middle. Really,
No, that's a good way to be.
I either enjoy it or I
Jacob,
don't.
let's be honest. With Dunkirk, if
Dunkirk.
if we weren't friends,
Same.
if we weren't
Dunkirk is a
if we weren't friends, you would have given it a 0.5 star. Purely because we were friends, you gave it a 3 star.
I actually, yeah. See, when I become a critic and actually rate, I don't really need that 3 star. I don't care about it. I just did that on Letterboxd.
I think you did that
The
out of-
point
out of
was, I
kindness.
don't like Dunkirk.
I know you don't.
I don't like Dunkirk.
Y'all are mental.
Thanks.
Y'all are mental.
It's not a good film.
It's an amazing
I
film.
don't care. Okay, I get all the like real like all the planes and shit, like historical accuracy, but I just don't really care as much about history.
Well, Jacob, you
and the
hate
likes.
action too. You don't like Fury Road.
I don't like action movies. That's
Yeah.
true. I do like some actually, but it's my weakest genre probably.
Mm-hmm.
I like John Woo kung fu or action films.
Yeah.
Stranglehold.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Oh, The Killer by John Woo is one of my favorite action movies of all time.
I just think that Nolan is synonymous with good character development, and there was no character development in Dunkirk. I didn't care about a single person in that movie.
I don't think you're supposed to though.
Right,
Yeah,
no, and I
that's the
get that. I
point,
get
but-
that's the point of it, but that's why I don't like it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's definitely like, almost like how we're talking with Under the Skin. It's pretty ostracizing in that way. It's just like you're not really connecting with. It's just you're just seeing these kind of.
Why
people.
do you like it?
I mean,
Or you love it, so that's why I want.
Okay, well, I'm a bit of a World War II history nut, and
That's
so
what
I
I
like
thought.
anything in World War II. But I mean, for me, it's just a really intense, incredibly filmed and crafted film. I just, every time I watch it, I'm just immediately in. I love the effects. I love the score. Everything about it. The action. I go nerd for it. So
It's my least favorite Nolan film.
really,
Yeah.
Really?
well, he has a new
The
one.
Following?
He has a new film
Following?
coming out next
Following
summer.
was pretty good, but that's his first one he ever did.
I don't think I saw that one then, so I can't say it.
But
Go ahead.
he has a new film coming out next summer.
Already?
He said it's Inception meets North by Northwest.
Oh,
here
I
for
saw
it.
that. You posted that, I think.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Cool.
No, I'm getting a little tired of Nolan, but it's fine.
Okay.
We'll
We'll get to that later.
He's one of the best modern filmmakers
Yeah.
of our time, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
My ass. Nolan.
Gosh.
I'm sorry.
That's
I
okay.
just diss Nolan on this.
You hate Nolan.
Why do
No,
you
I
hate Nolan?
no, I don't hate Nolan. I'm just messing around. No, Inception was a great movie. I don't love him.
Yeah.
Prestige?
Oh, I love the
Actually, Prestige would probably be one of my favorites by him.
Yeah.
It's really
honestly.
good.
Maybe
It's
my
underrated.
favorite. That or what's one he did that I really
Insomnia?
like? See, there's just none I really like. Oh, Insomnia I actually really like.
So far, you're not selling it that you don't like Nolan.
No, but I just don't feel very strongly about him like you guys. Like best modern filmmaker. I don't feel like he
Well, not
is.
best, but top. in
Or
my
like
opinion.
top.
Yeah.
I don't even feel like he is.
Well, see, I think he
I mean, I
always
think he's
creates something
solid.
I think he always creates something very
Unique.
yeah.
I mean, Interstellar.
Of course,
might
you don't
been
have to
great,
like
but-
it, of course, but yeah,
Interstellar, I hated that movie.
yeah, you hate Nolan.
I guess I hate Nolan.
Yeah,
What about his brother, like Westworld? Do you like Westworld?
Jonathan.
I didn't watch that. I wanted to though.
It's good.
I'm just
It's
not.
very Nolan-esque, though.
Yeah,
It's Nolan-esque.
yeah. I mean, and he co-wrote Dark Knight trilogy, and then he wrote Interstellar.
Yeah.
and yeah. So he's pretty.
Wow, this podcast has gone off several different rails.
Yeah,
But
what
yeah.
are we even here for?
well,
Are we even here?
Yeah, are we here? Yeah.
Which
no.
is the answer
Yeah.
under the skin?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Or
but
the thing, I guess.
I guess you could.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we can just move on. So unless there's any news to talk about, I guess we can just skip that. Y'all have any news pieces that are worth mentioning? Trailers or anything like that? If not, that's fine.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I just watched Russian Doll, so if you haven't
Oh,
seen that, it's
yeah.
really good.
Yeah. Yeah, we reviewed that on the show, actually. It was
I
good.
saw that.
It was good. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
That.
Russian Doll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's this new Netflix miniseries.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's Groundhog Day, but not. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I know I'm not selling it for that description, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day.
But yeah, so I guess we'll just recap with Chloe next week with the news. So I guess we can just do our listener question. And so the filmbudspodcast@gmail.com is the address that you can reach us. And so this one we got is from Darren O in Seattle. All right.
Seattle.
Yeah. So he says, "Hi, my fellow film friends. Y'all are by far my favorite film podcast, so thanks so much for always bringing me great entertainment each week. Seeing that you may have new people on, which we do, I figured I'd ask, what is your mentality on art versus the artist? With Michael Jackson's Finding Neverland out now, how do you handle learning something bad about someone whose art you currently enjoy or have so in the past? Clearly, there's no way to push them completely out of the public eye, but wondered your thoughts. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, as was my dad, so it's very unfortunate his life/career went this way. But I still have an attachment to him, so I won't stop listening to him, even though I readily admit he's not a good person for having done all this. Don't know if that's messed up or not, but I don't care. Thanks for the awesome show."
I like that. I don't care because I also don't care. No.
You gotta separate it, man. You gotta try to separate it. A lot of people didn't like Robert Downey Jr. in the '90s,
I knew you were
and then
gonna
he
say that.
turned his life around and became one of the greatest actors of our time, in my opinion. And I mean, you really do just gotta separate it. There's a lot of people who have done very shady things. Just think about our forefathers, with establishing, the colonies
all the way
here. We're gonna go all the way back. They did some very shady things.
Let's get into that.
They did some very shady things for us to live where we live, and you might not like what they did, but I mean, you are enjoying the benefits of what happened. So you gotta separate it, in my opinion. You gotta separate the two, because I'm still gonna listen to Michael Jackson too.
Sure. What about some filmmakers like Roman Polanski,
Polanski,
or
I was
Woody
just
Allen.
about to bring that up.
Woody Allen, or even like if you think of Harvey Weinstein, all the movies he helped produce.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop watching Pulp Fiction.
No, me
I
neither.
think it's like just more complicated than like, yeah, because I was gonna mention Roman Polanski because he's like got such a legacy, and then you find these things out like later,
Yeah.
in their career, and it's like you used to love those movies,
Right.
so it's like you're kind of lying to yourself if you're saying, oh, I hate that movie now because he did this.
Yeah.
Right.
But I understand people that don't.
Yeah, we're not
wanna
diminishing
support
what they did.
Them.
No.
No, but not even that. But like, if you don't want to, like, I understand people that might change their views, and that's fine. But I think I'm kind of in the same with you because I really like Polanski's one of my favorite filmmakers.
Right.
But I understand it actually.
I mean, I
Totally
definitely
go
understand.
Fuck Roman Polanski and not watch his movies. That's totally fine.
Right. If you want to stop watching Kevin Spacey films, I get that. I think,
I'm selective too
yeah.
about it. Some of them, like I hate Woody Allen. He just
Midnight in
rubs me
Paris.
wrong in every way. I
love-
don't like his movies.
I love
but-
Match Point. Match
Yeah.
Point's my favorite.
Vicky
and because of that
Barcelona.
stuff too. It's like no.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is you do not have to enjoy what they did and like what they did. There are several people that I don't like what they did, but in terms of what they provided, I think you really just got to separate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Especially if it's stuff that's already happened. Like if you choose like, oh, Kevin Spacey has this new movie out that I probably won't go see.
Yeah.
Then I get that. But like if you're just gonna stop watching American Beauty or The Usual Suspects or something like that, then I think that's
I won't watch
you're
American
discrediting
Beauty.
yourself.
No,
You don't?
I don't want to watch it now.
Why?
Because he's like a fucking pedophile in that, isn't he?
Was he? It's been a long time.
Yeah,
he's trying to fuck
he-
that girl at that
Yeah.
high school. His
He doesn't though, does
that
he?
rubs me the wrong way.
He doesn't
So,
though, does he?
I am selective.
I think he
No,
becomes.
he doesn't. But it's like
I get it. He still has erotic fantasies about her.
it
Yeah.
just you just think. I just think about all that, and Kevin Spacey actually is one that kind of rubs me the wrong way. I
Yeah,
don't
although
really-
it is too bad. Like a show like House of Cards now is so kind of like people like in the future is gonna be like looking back. Oh, that has Kevin Spacey in it. It's like this great shows now has this kind of tarnish over it. And
Do you think so? Like, I mean, like, what about like Baby Driver?
I think Baby Driver not as much just because
He's in it, but
he's
not
a
so
supporting
much.
character,
Right.
But or even something like Seven, like he's a small part in that movie. But I guess it helps that he plays a serial killer in that movie. But
I think it's much more complicated than just being like.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no
separate-
answer to it.
Yeah,
No,
there's like
yeah.
no answer. It's just really hard.
It is.
When you like love like Rosemary's Baby and shit, and then you're like, well, it's
mean-
this fucking guy.
think about like, let's go to Weinstein just because he's made so many
Ew.
films. Awful, disgusting creep. Who, if he made another movie, I probably wouldn't watch it.
Yeah.
And no one would want to do a movie with him anyway. But are you going to stop watching all of the Weinstein films like Scream or any of the Quentin Tarantino films, essentially, even Robert Rodriguez films,
Yeah.
anything with a Weinstein production on it? You're going to, I mean, I just,
yeah,
that's one guy who did something really awful throughout his whole career, but he helped make some very, very good movies.
yeah. Speaking of Robert Rodriguez, did you see
Alita?
Alita?
Loved Alita.
Did you?
I really enjoyed Alita.
I thought it was fun as well. So
Is that Robert Rodriguez?
Yeah.
yeah.
Alita?
Yeah,
I saw
James
that.
Cameron screenplay.
But yeah. I mean, I would agree. It's a pretty tough call. I mean, I think it's definitely, of course, admitting that that person is bad. I'm by no means supporting that, but it's like that doesn't mean that something like Rosemary's Baby isn't a kind of landmark movie.
Y'all got
other-
radical viewpoints, you know that, all three of us.
Yeah, no, Weinstein
it's
is
more
a piece of shit.
radical
I think I have
to-
to reiterate that so much. Weinstein and all of these people, who have these allegations, they are awful people.
Yeah.
I am not condoning what they did, but I for me, you got to separate it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But-
think it's, yeah.
And there's also just never one answer.
There's not.
Yeah, it's I
different
think
for every
it's
single-
more radical to separate the artist and the art.
Yeah,
to
you
be
do with
honest
how you feel
nowadays.
is right.
Yeah, I think more people are geared towards oh, this person did that, so I'm not gonna support him.
Yeah.
Which is totally fine.
Yeah.
It's
But
just,
odds are someone, like every other person that you know has probably done a really shitty thing that they probably will never discuss.
I was talking about this the other day.
You know?
Because I have this thing. Can I say it?
Please. I mean,
Hot take. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah. I mean,
No, there's this thing that humans do. Since we're talking about humans under the skin. Well, people just think that people are inherently, am I too close?
no, I'm just pointing it towards you.
People think that people are inherently good. And like you meet someone and you don't think anything bad about that person because they don't give you any reason to think bad about them, right?
Right.
Sure.
But I just have this viewpoint that not everyone's
People
good.
are crappy.
More so bad.
Well, I mean,
So
there's-
like when you think it in that lens, so that's just like a sort of look on life,
yeah,
viewpoint on
pessimistic,
life. though.
but I mean, it's
Well, that's why everyone
Pessimistic.
has their own moral compass.
Yeah.
You know?
But
What
so,
is good and
like,
what is bad.
Yeah. So it's like, someone like, yeah, so they're going to do bad shit. People that make music you like are going to do bad shit, probably.
Yeah.
People that make, something you like, someone probably did something terrible. Who painted that?
don't know the name.
That
but
fucking guy probably killed somebody
He might have.
in his basement.
You should get rid of that art.
Get rid of that.
yeah, burn it out in the yard.
But you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like
I know what you're saying. Yeah,
But I mean, if you take the concept though, and of disassociating yourself with a person because they did something really bad, then you really do. I mean, you can compare it to anything. Like I said, our forefathers. Like you really could compare it to that. They did some really shitty things, but then where we are, you're gonna disassociate yourself from that.
right.
You're gonna abandon your lifestyle because of what people did for us to be here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a
I think
It's a
you
tough
can
call.
compare a little.
yeah,
It's tough.
It is very tough. My answer is not right.
yeah,
And
Everybody has their own
everybody
answer.
has their own answer.
yeah,
But, yeah, good question.
yeah.
But yeah,
So,
Polanski's
have y'all
films are
seen
great.
Finding Neverland? Have y'all checked this out yet? The
Not yet.
documentary.
It looks too sad.
It's pretty grim.
Which
Yeah.
Finding Neverland?
It's the Michael.
Oh
Jackson.
wait, the Michael Jackson thing. I wanted to watch it. Did you guys watch it?
It's very good. I watched it. It's pretty good. It is very unsettling though.
Does it paint it in a way that, what he did actually happened? Because I know it's been some
Yeah.
controversy.
Yeah.
I'm not about it.
Yeah?
I'm not about anything that's got big money behind it, like HBO.
Art
No.
house.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're so art house.
is it pretty? No. I mean, like, no. I'm saying I'm not behind accusations that have big money behind it, like HBO.
I mean, it has like some of the people
Like-
that were involved. In
Oh,
there.
did they just say?
They were the kids. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they-
like
they-
the
Oh,
dates
never
now.
mind.
They give like a detailed description.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I thought it was some random. For some reason, I had this idea of some random person came out,
No.
and then I thought HBO gave them a movie deal, and I just looked at it the wrong way.
Well, I learned today that these kids have been saying this is happening, throughout all this time and everything. So, I mean, I wouldn't discredit them, especially because I don't think anyone people are saying that, oh, these kids just want to get famous. No one wants to be famous with
Oh, are
that
they
kind of
saying that?
allegation. Yeah. You
Oh,
got some
man.
people that are like really diehard Michael Jackson fans saying, oh, God, he's making stuff up. No one wants to be famous. I'm going to go ahead and say that here. No one wants to be famous for being molested.
Yeah.
No one
Yeah.
wants that as a notoriety.
yeah.
That's not something that people really after.
You're correct. Yeah.
So the idea of that is just it's stupid.
yeah. So, but yeah, it's worth a watch if you can stomach it.
It's good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like 4 hours, isn't it?
It's a 2-part thing.
You got some time to kill.
Fuck. What did they talk about for 4 hours? Okay, I'm gonna watch it. I'm interested in it. I'm intrigued by it.
Yeah.
If you guys liked it,
I didn't see it.
or I mean, if you
it's
liked
good.
it,
It's good.
I can't remember the last documentary I saw. I think it might have been maybe the Netflix documentary about the Murder Mountain. Yeah, that's what that was about. The kids up in California who go there to grow marijuana illegally.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
nice.
people disappear. They have like the highest missing persons rate in the whole country.
Huh.
it's like
Yeah.
a freak horror movie.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The weed people are disappearing.
So it's like it, pretty much.
I mean, I guess if you throw a lot of marijuana into it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of it, though, I'm excited about that new
Oh
one.
yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be good.
I haven't seen it. The old one or the new one. I haven't seen any.
You should check out the new one. Yeah. But cool. Well, yeah, so the filmbudspodcast at gmail.com is the address that you can reach us. Thanks so much for the email. And then so lastly, we just quickly do our picks of the week. And so this is essentially just some stuff you've watched that you've either liked or hated. It's up to you. And so anything y'all have seen recently that you want to talk about?
Jacob, you go first, man.
Oh, damn it. I was looking it up. Okay. Oh, I watched Wes Craven's People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's
haven't
the
seen
shit.
that.
It's so good.
It's a good Wes Craven film.
I watched Greta.
Yeah, as did I.
What's up? Oh yeah, you watched it, and that was all right. And I watched The Beyond again with the movie I was talking about, Fulci, with the crazy effects.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
And so I would say, if you're at the theater, maybe check out Greta, even though it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cartoony.
It's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
Funny, weird. It's like comedy horror, basically.
Yeah.
Horror comedy.
In terms of shows, I mean, for me, the one that's resonated the most with me was The Umbrella Academy.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh,
so.
I've heard good things.
Good stuff. Very good stuff. It's hip, it's fun, and I think if you don't like superhero stuff, I think it has enough in it for you to really enjoy it and to separate yourself from the superhero world. I just thought it was great. Great music, great style. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good stuff. What about you?
Well, I got a couple things. I mean, I'll say I rewatched, like I said, The Town That Dreaded Sundown from 1976. And so, yeah, this came out 2 years after Texas Chainsaw, so it definitely was inspired by that. But it's
got that vibe.
Yeah, based on the story of this 1940s serial killer who terrorized this Texarkana, Arkansas in the late 1940s. And he sent the entire town and the whole area into complete panic just because he was this guy running around in a mask killing people, like these kind of lone people. And he was never found, but this film is kind of like a procedural horror film in a way.
It's kind of like the Zodiac. That's what it makes me think of.
Yeah.
And I think it was happening during that time, wasn't it? Like Zodiac killings.
I think it may have been, yeah.
So they just like have this dude with a bag on his head, and it's like,
but it's just it's not too scary. It's just very entertaining, and the look of the killer and how he's shot is amazing.
They make it feel real.
Yeah, he's just a guy with the bag on his head, but it's so iconic with how they shoot him.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I think that's a great movie.
Yeah, and then I did rewatch. Maybe Sky, you've seen this, The Strangers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which I like.
The first one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like the second one. It's bad.
Really, I liked it.
Nope.
Okay.
Is that the one with the dudes with the masks and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, I never saw that.
And so this one, I like it a lot. It's based off the writer director said that it was based partly on the Manson family murders, and then apparently by these like unsolved cabin murders, I think in California during the 80s. But then he also said that it was the whole idea of these people coming to this person's house is when he was a kid, when he was very young, one night he was at a friend's house, and these people came up to the door and knocked and asked for someone who didn't live there. And they said, nope, sorry, we don't know them. They don't live here. And these people left. And then later on, they found out that there are these group of people going around. And if someone answered at the door, they would ask for someone who didn't live there. But if no one answered, they would just break in. And so there was a series of burglaries in this area. I'm not sure where. I think it was actually somewhat local. I don't know. But it was based partly on that. But yeah, it's just a really tense,
creepy,
unsettling horror film. So if you like that type of thing, check it out.
Well, it's one of the only movies I think that people give a reason why they're terrorizing you, and it's because they're the infamous line, because you were home.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Yeah,
that's such a creepy line. Like, why are you doing this?
Because you home, bitch.
Because you were home.
Yeah, which I think is kind of goes along with that story that he was inspired by. It's just like they're just doing it, for the hell of it, just to kind of mess with you, which is
that's
even creepier.
The creepiest of all, like all movies, when they're just doing it because they enjoy it.
Yeah, it's almost like a Joker mentality. Like he's just doing it because you're there. I'll
funny
cause
games.
Yeah, it's like they're just doing it because they're
that
like
mindfuck ending
or whatever.
Yeah,
crazy.
But and then I just rewatched Bad Reputation, the Joan Jett documentary. Who I love. Joan Jett, and I'm actually seeing her in Raleigh in August, so that's gonna be super fun.
Nice.
She's playing with Hart.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I haven't seen her before, so it's gonna be fun.
That will be.
But it's just a very entertaining music documentary, so check that out if you haven't. And then I think lastly, rewatched Our Idiot Brother with Paul Rudd, and has Zoe Deschanel in it, Elizabeth Banks, Adam Scott, and it's just a very fun, feel good comedy. So if you ever need to pick me up, just
Any Paul Rudd movie.
yeah, pretty much. If you, just pop
Maybe
it
not
in.
Halloween 6.
Yeah, I was
Michael
about to say,
Myers.
yeah.
You could probably just avoid that one.
He's in
but
that?
He is.
Yeah,
How many fucking Halloweens are there?
11, if I'm not mistaken.
I
think I
knew
counted
right
this.
off,
I think
you're
I
like,
counted.
11.
Yeah, I think it's 11, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Counting the new one, I think it's 11.
Lordy.
That's nuts.
I could count it right now. But
And
I
they're
don't
still
want
going to make more. You never saw Michael die in the new one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
Those
new one made a good
fuckers.
bit of money, and it got pretty good.
Let's show him in the
critical praise.
fire. You know he's going to come out of that shit.
The thing is, I think you could legit just do away with Jason. You could do away with Freddy. But Michael Myers, I think, will probably end up living forever. They'll always be remade.
He's immortal.
He is immortal.
Yeah. But yeah, that might be about it for what I have. So anything else y'all want to mention?
Oh, yeah, The Meg.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Terrible.
Yeah, I heard bad things.
Is that the shark movie?
Yeah, with Jason,
Jason
Statham.
Statham. Yeah.
I wanted
I'll
him
pass.
to punch a
Hard
shark,
pass.
and he never did. But, I mean, honestly, it would have been fine if it was rated R.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. So they were limited to PG-13 stuff.
I don't trust that.
And, there's a great scene. I think you see it in the trailer, but there's like hundreds of people in the ocean. And they're just floating. And you see the Meg swimming underneath them. I'm like, how great would it be if those people just disappeared?
Yeah.
Never happened.
Oh, the shot's not in the movie?
No, the shot's in the movie.
Oh, I
but
thought it was just a
I
trailer
wanted,
shot. I was like, what?
I wanted them to all die. Because it's a shark. It's a
'Cause you want
giant
death.
shark.
We all want-
And they never did that. They never utilized it being a giant shark. And
Yeah.
that frustrated me.
Yeah.
That is poor.
Yeah. Probably won't
You
give
got a
it-
giant shark. You got to eat people.
It was boring. It
Yeah.
was very boring.
Yeah. All right, Jacob. Anything else for you?
No, I don't think so.
No. All right. Well, cool. Well, I guess that about brings us to the end of the show. It's been just a whirlwind,
Yeah, we've talked a lot about different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scatterbrained, so
Yeah, that's
it
okay.
could be partially
that's
my
kinda
fault.
That's our bread and butter on the show.
that's the
so,
that's
yeah.
the bread and butter.
We
Yeah.
all went to film school. We
Yeah.
talk a lot.
We're nerds. We get lost in our
We get
combos.
lost.
We're like,
go on
"Ugh."
tangents.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So next week, is anything coming out next week? This coming week?
I'm seeing Climax next week. I'll let you know how that is.
Yeah,
if
let
I
us
ever
know.
come back on.
I want to see fighting with my family.
Oh yeah. Well, I was
The WWE
surprised.
maybe.
I was surprised Stephen Merchant did that.
Yeah.
That kind of came out of nowhere. So
Well, it's getting good reviews too.
Yeah.
Like people are really loving it. So
okay, cool.
I'm here for it.
Yeah. So maybe in terms of what we're doing next week, maybe a little up in the air. But yeah, Chloe should be back. She can tell us all about how Poland was. So that'll be interesting.
That's where Polanski is, right? Isn't he in Poland?
Yeah, he went to Lodz Film School in Poland. I think he lives in France, though.
He lives in
He's
France now?
literally hiding because
Yeah.
he was in
Yeah.
America and then he fled.
Yeah.
And that's why he has some French films, I think, French
Yeah.
language films, some recent ones.
Didn't he do The Pianist?
I rewatched that recently, yeah.
He did.
It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, it is. That's a bit of a downer.
Yeah,
That one.
I
It's not
wanted
happy.
to. I sought out to rewatch it because I remember when I saw it, it was pretty effective, and it still holds up. It's great.
Yeah.
It's well done,
Cool.
especially from a Polish perspective.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Man,
in
he's gotta
Warsaw,
come back.
I
He's
think.
just he's
Yeah, where is that guy?
He's falling off the deep end. He's just in all these B.
He did Splice. That's the last thing I remember him in.
He's so good.
Yeah, he was great.
He
Yeah.
won a, didn't he win the Oscar?
Wait, he's with
Not
Wes
that
Anderson
even
now, right?
matters, But
He was in Grand Budapest.
Yeah, he
fucking
does every
Oscars.
Wes Anderson film now.
Okay.
Oh,
he's-
yeah.
He's doing something at least.
he's a regular.
Yeah.
Also, you saw Alita, right?
I did.
What about that cameo from Edward Norton at the end?
That was so
Spoiler.
odd. Yeah, that was so like okay.
Yeah,
'Cause-
weird.
Yeah, and also it's not. I don't know if it's doing that well, and so I don't know if we'll ever.
It
see
made
a
its
sequel.
budget, but I mean, in order, here's some film stuff for people who may not know, but like you have to like double your budget to make it
Yeah.
a success, and it will never do that. Maybe
Yeah.
in toys,
And so now we're just gonna have an Edward Norton cameo at the end.
Yeah.
So
and nothing's gonna happen.
and
from
I
it.
have no context for that, so I'm just
know.
like, okay,
I know.
cool. Would love to know who you are, but
Great movie though, and I really want a sequel, but I
Yeah.
don't think we'll ever get it, especially with the Fox and Disney merger.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
But I loved the motor race stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good in that
Good
movie.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, cool. All right. Well, I guess that about does it. Yeah. Again, we'll keep you updated about what we're doing next week, and all that on social media. But guys, thanks so much. You saved the day.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Thanks for filling it. And honestly,
problem.
come back anytime. Just I'll keep you all updated about what we're doing. If you ever want to do a bonus show or just come on for the regular show, feel free.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, we hope you enjoyed the show as much as we did. I hope so, at least.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, we'll see you next week.